Hello, Anointed Ones, and welcome back to Anointed TV channel. The Daystar controversy continues to escalate, and Rachel Lamb, the younger sister of Jonathan Lamb, continues her defense of her mum and Pete. In today's video, we'll explore Rachel's reaction after the YouTuber Marcus Rogers' interview with Joni Lamb, where she shared additional evidence to support her side of the story. In the interview, we witnessed Marcus apologizing to Joni Lamb, and that begs the question, what evidence did he get that made him apologize? Rachel Lamb, who has been a great supporter of her mum and a very needed defender for Pete, has gone on to post on her social media pages more evidence to support her defense. In her 7-point post on her X account, she provided more information on what she says you should know about her mom's interview with Marcus Rogers. 1. Marcus Rogers is the only person who has been covering this story who seems to be seeking and submitting to pastoral counsel as part of his process.
Well, I have to say this to you, and I want to say it now. I want to apologize to you, right, for a couple of reasons. After, I have no issue saying like, hey, I made a mistake or, jumped the gun on some things. First of all, I don't know if I would have got the interview if I had reached out. I'm just a YouTuber guy. I'm not operating on the level you guys are operating
But we
on.
had a mutual friend who told me that I could trust you. Because it's not like I want to keep talking about this, but that YouTube world is your world. It's not my world. I mean, Daystar is my world. So I just appreciate you being willing to talk to me and hear the other side of the story, because I don't have anything to hide.
And that is one thing that I respect about you. And people get real shifty, can't look in the eyes. Since I've been talking to you, saw you guys working here, I got to be honest, guys. I felt the Spirit of God when you were worshiping. So that was the first sign I was like, okay, there might be some things that maybe I missed and I might have jumped the gun.
2. In July 2024, rumors about Pete reached their peak, spreading rapidly among trusted ministry partners and friends. While whispers of these allegations had been circulating since March, they gained significant traction during this time. It became evident that these previously debunked accusations were being reignited, this time actively fueled by Jonathan and Susie, who were determined to spread these harmful falsehoods to anyone willing to listen. Understanding the gravity of the situation and the potential damage these escalating rumors could cause, Pete took immediate action. On the advice of his attorney, he voluntarily underwent a polygraph examination to clear his name. The results were definitive. Pete passed the test with a probability he was telling the truth at 99.5% accuracy, confirming he was innocent. In Julie Roy's article, she falsely implies that Doug Weiss was involved in orchestrating the polygraph process. This claim is entirely baseless. Doug had no involvement whatsoever and was completely unaware that Pete had even taken a polygraph test until after the results were finalized. This deliberate misrepresentation is yet another example of how Royce manipulates the narrative, distorting key facts to fit her agenda rather than presenting the truth.
Pete willingly took a polygraph, and the polygrapher was someone that is an independent polygrapher here in our area.
They said it was your husband who gave him.
Yeah, and see, that's a lie.
Okay.
But I mean, you'll just see lie, lie, lie. I mean, throughout this whole story, you'll see parts left out and you'll see lies. And eventually, I tell everyone, truth always wins. It always wins. But this polygrapher was one that was a forensic polygrapher that actually would deal with pedophiles. And so they asked Pete, would you take the test? He said, absolutely. And so he took the test, asked some awful questions. You can imagine what this is doing to him, destroying him, even the very accusations. And so when he was done, the polygrapher said, well, do you want to hear the good news or the bad news? And I think he said, at least they told me, he said, I'm just numb from all of this. And he said, well, the good news is that you scored 99.5%. And he said, that's one of the highest scores that you can score. And he said, you want to hear the bad news? And he said, what's the bad news? He said, the bad news is that you even had to come and do this, because I find when men are guilty, but I also prove when they're innocent, and you're innocent.
3. To set the record straight, I am sharing screenshots of Pete's polygraph results. A. The first screenshot contains the name of the polygrapher, Ralph Standifer, who has absolutely no connection to Doug Weiss, despite the false claims by Jonathan Lamb and Julie Roys. Boy B. The second screenshot shows Mr. Standifer's conclusion that the statistical probability that Pete told the truth was 99.5%. The polygraph examination was conducted by Ralph Standifer on July 19, 2024. Standifer is a highly respected licensed polygraph examiner in Texas with over 2 decades of experience. He graduated as salutatorian of his class at the Texas DPS Polygraph School in 2003 and is a member of the American Polygraph Association, the American Association of Police Polygraphs, and the Texas Association of Law Enforcement Polygraph Investigators. In his most recent role, he served as the Internal Affairs Unit Commander and the department's polygraph examiner from 2015 until 2024. Over the course of his career, he conducted more than 1,500 polygraph examinations for employment screenings, criminal investigations, and internal investigations. These facts unequivocally demonstrate the credibility of the polygraph process and refute the unfounded allegations made by Jonathan Lamb and Julie Roys. It is clear that their narrative is not rooted in truth, but instead, what appears to be a coordinated smear campaign. 4. Marcus was provided a copy of this email. Some context: my brother hired an attorney to argue that making a positive statement about our mom's new husband violated his religious rights. Jonathan sought a contract, an ironclad assurance that he would become president of Daystar. In return, he threatened not to release secret recordings of private meetings. 5. Our prayer call center has been inundated with hundreds of messages like this. Every day, people are clearly discerning the truth.
Miss Joni, don't pay attention to the crap, and I'm talking Brooklyn, the crap that's on the internet. I look at different things that come up. Your son is a good man. I'm sure he's like his father, but he defers too much to that wiggly bowl of jello. She's a bundle of nerves. She's not quite focused. She's all over the board, and the stories don't make sense. Okay? Every time somebody interviews her and your son, and they ask your son a question, he defers the question to her. And since she's a bundle of nerves, like I said, a bowl full of jello, who's going to believe her? You? There's 2 things going on here. She don't like the fact that her husband isn't going to be president of Daystar, and she objects to your marriage. It's your life. You do what you want. And Miss Joni, there's not one family in this country, and I'm serious about this, that does not have one prodigal in their family. But I pray for you, and I pray to God. I hope you're okay, and I'm still watching you. Take care now. Bye-bye.
6. Here is another one.
Hi, this message is for Joni and her family, and I went to a conference in the 90s that Joni had put on in Fort Worth, and it really did save my life. And, you know, I know Jesus saves my life, but going to that conference, it was a women's conference, and I just want y'all to know that I support you, and I am so sorry that y'all are being crucified in the court of public opinion before all the facts are out. In my spirit, I know that these allegations and accusations are completely and totally misconstrued and exaggerated. I feel that in my spirit and my gut, and I've always been pretty spot on there. So I just want you to know that despite all the hate that you're getting, I see it. It's terrible. It's horrible. I don't know who these people think they are, that they can just, again, play judge, jury, and executioner without all the facts. But just know that me and my mom and a lot of other people out here, we know you by your fruit, and we're supporting you and praying for you, and we just know that the Lord is going to vindicate you. And I know you're getting a lot of hate right now, so I wanted to show you some love and let you know that that God's got you, and the truth is going to come out and you will be vindicated. And I know that. I just know it. So anyway, just hang on to the Lord. Hang on to the Lord. He's going to see you through it. God bless you all, and thank you for everything that you've done for the kingdom and the people. Thank you.
7. Jonathan and Susie Lamb's false allegations, according to Rachel, have not passed the smell test at any reputable news desks because they have presented zero evidence that abuse occurred.
Why do you think they went to this one blogger lady? I forgot what her name is. Like, why not go to ABC? Or, if you really believe this is happening, I'm going to tell the whole world, I'm probably going to go to the biggest platform possible. Why did they go to that individual?
Well, because that's the only bottom feeder they could get to carry the story, because that's what she does. And there's absolutely no evidence of anything. There was nothing that was done wrong. And like I told you, the whole thing to try to tarnish not only me, because I know God will protect me, but to tarnish Marcus Lamb is the most difficult part of all this.
There you have it, Anointed One. Rachel is all out sharing her side of the story in defense of Pete and her mum, Joni. Rachel's statement adds another layer to this family saga, raising questions about who is telling the truth. Is it true, as Rachel suggests, that Jonathan and Susie are hiding some details to skew the story in their favor? What do you think? How I wish, instead of all this back and forth, Joni would allow an independent firm to conduct investigations to settle the matter. This is a matter that should have been handled privately. Unfortunately, when Marcus and Joni took sides, they lost trust with Jonathan and Susie. This is a sensitive and highly emotional situation for everyone involved. What are your thoughts on Rachel Lamb's response and the evidence she's presented? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this developing story. Until next time, take care.